quad is no longer here.
You can see he's here for maybe
Unlocked.
20 seconds and it's unlocked now. Scene of the crime.
If anyone uses one of these wheel locks, don't bother.
Car is started.
And the car is gone. It has been stolen.
It has been stolen. It has been stolen.
Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today, it's not a good video, it's a sad video. What's happened, Ed?
It's a bad day.
It's a
It
bad
is a bad day. Bad news. The quad is no longer here. It has been stolen. Stolen from the street outside of my house. The sort of Sunday morning that every car owner dreads.
And we've got actually some CCTV of it happening.
CCTV.
Which we'll show later on in the video.
It's not a nice watch.
No,
but
it's very hard to watch.
You gotta do it.
Stay tuned though guys, we'll go through what happened, insurance, what's going on with the police, how they did it, and what's to come. So yeah, stay tuned. So here we are, scene of the crime. This is Ed's house. This is where it was.
The empty space.
Ed, what's this over here, mate? What's this,
So,
can you actually see it?
if anyone uses one of these wheel locks, don't bother. Completely pointless. Basically, you'll see in this video later, they just cut the wheel in half and just take it off.
Oh wow.
So they just saw through the wheel, the steering wheel.
So they actually saw through the steering wheel? I thought they saw through that.
No, this is completely intact, still locked. So, and oh, you see the scuffs on it there from the sawing.
Yeah.
And one thing, they did actually leave it here for me. So that's
Very kind.
You'll see in the video. They
So
just
you
left
can
it on
reuse
the
it.
side. Yeah, exactly. I've still got a key. Still use it. Could sell it online. Probably. Slightly used.
We'll be famous after this video.
Slightly failed in its
In a crime
service.
scene, but-
Yeah, exactly. Completely useless. But yeah, so if anyone uses one of these, don't bother. Pointless.
Directly opposite is where the CCTV camera is, so it's pointing directly at the car.
You'll see they came from that way together, walked up to here.
Two hoodies
Yeah.
And half-inched it.
and half-inched it. What time was it, 4 in the morning or something?
4 a.m. Yeah.
4 a.m.
4 a.m.
When you were tucked up in bed.
I was tucked up in bed.
Dreaming sweet dreams.
The horn actually went off as they took the lock off the steering wheel. Probably the only good thing it did.
So we're just watching the CCTV here. As you can see, here's hoodie number 1 walking towards the car. And this is pretty crazy what they do here. So he's gone on his hands and knees now to...
So they can access the radar guided.
cruise control.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the collision
Detection.
warning.
Yeah.
That they can access. So they can access the car's computer
But you,
under the front bumper.
you can see he's here for maybe
So unlocked.
20 seconds and it's unlocked now. So now you've got guy number 2 gets himself into the car, and then they're doing something here, whether they're going through the process of cloning the key, because you'll see in a second hoodie number 1 will go back to the front of the car and do something. So this is 4 in the morning, nobody walks by.
There it goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's back to it now.
Back to it. So you've got one guy inside and he's at the front of the car. Then the lights flash. Any second now.
There he is. He's got.
So I think now they have full control of the car. They must have cloned the key now. And now the only thing that's left to do for them is to get
Unplugs his device. Look.
device unplugged. And then it's time to get that steering wheel
Yeah.
lock off, which probably is the hardest thing for them to do.
It's a good point. To be fair, it just slowed him down a little bit. But
Slows them down. I wonder if you can hear, in a second you can start hearing, he hits the horn. Nobody wakes up. And then he soars away.
So you can hear it now.
Yeah, you can hear him at it. So we'll just fast forward a little bit further. They're messing around. And then he'll hand that. There you go, look, he's giving it to his mate. His mate's walking down the road with the wheel.
There
Steering
he's
wheel
seeing his
lock.
hand. He leaves it by that bin for me. There it is.
Very
Thank
kind
you.
of him. Car is
And
started.
the car is gone.
And just like that, they're off. Bye bye.
So end to end, it was what?
4
minutes.
4
4
minutes.
minutes.
But I think without doing the steering wheel, that probably would have been 3.
No, yeah, 2. I think
2?
Two on the car, 2 on the steering wheel.
So it's as easy as that. So if you've got a Giulia quad or a Stelvio quad, we weren't aware of this being a common way of stealing these cars, but it appears it is, and it appears that a lot of other owners have had theirs taken the same way.
So there are products on the internet that you can buy, but I can't vouch for how good they are. I don't know what they do. I don't know if there's, if they work.
No.
So I don't really know. It's probably worth just, if you can park it in a way that people can't access into the front bumper, obviously, or if there's a way of boxing it in, it's probably the best thing to do.
I think what's crazy is Alfa Romeo hasn't recalled these cars and said they know it's a common issue for theft. So there's going to be thousands of cars out there that are as easy to steal as that.
It's the same with the Stelvio. Giulia and Stelvio apparently have exactly the same collision warning radar at the front of the car.
It's not limited to QVs either, is it? It's any of them.
The Quad doesn't have a separate device. That's standard on all the Giulias and the Stelvios.
So what did the police say? What's the verdict?
Rang the police straight away as soon as I realised it was gone. Went through the information with them. If you had a guy on the phone, was like, he took the details. They said, okay, we've uploaded this to the National Police Database, so any ANPR cameras will ping. But in all honesty, he said, look, the car would have been driven around the corner, they would have changed the plates and driven somewhere, and it would either be chopped, because it was stolen at 4 AM on a Sunday, and it was 9 AM by the time I realised, called the police. They said it'll either be chopped up by now or already on a container out of the country. So he said, it's very rare that it's ever found.
Yeah.
So that was.
So they're probably not going to do all that much, really. Then.
No, they said there's not much they can do. To be fair, a community support officer called me on Monday and just asked how we were, which was quite nice. Just some general advice on things. Police officer called me later on the Monday. Said that, have you got any CCTV footage? Yes, send them CCTV footage. You got any evidence? I said, well, I've got the wheel lock here. So I filled out some forms, sent it over to them. But by the Wednesday, they wrote to me and said that there's not enough to look into, so the case is now closed.
Wow. And that must be 99% of the cars that get nicked. I'm sure it's exactly the same.
Exactly. But what can you do? The footage isn't really enough to identify anyone. I'm sure they would have worn gloves, so there's not going to be any sort of fingerprints on them.
They're definitely career criminals, weren't they?
Exactly.
They knew what they were doing.
Yes.
It's very easy for them though, isn't it? There's no
Exactly.
repercussions really. What about your insurance?
So insurance, it took a bit of time to sort, to be honest. I got a phone call on the Wednesday of that week, asking some details to go through where the car was parked, make sure it was locked, have I still got the keys, that kind of thing. A week went past without anything. They sent me a letter and said, we need you to send us the police report correspondence, the keys, both sets of keys, which obviously were still in my room, and the V5 logbook and the CCTV footage. So I sent it all over to them, and it probably took another couple of weeks went by, and I was chasing it every now and again. Then I eventually got an offer. But to be fair, they sent me the money 2 days after offering me what the car was worth. So
that's not too
pretty
bad,
quick.
So all in all, what's that? A few weeks?
A few weeks to get from the car being stolen to
getting your money in your bank.
Getting the money. Yeah.
And money wise, what did you?
It went down by about 15%, 10-15% under what I paid for it, which is annoying since I had the car for 3 months. They get independent valuations and then they send you what they say is the maximum, but we have no way of proving that.
I don't think they're ever going to give you what you paid for a car.
No, exactly.
It's not the worst. 10% of what you paid isn't. It's
no.
obviously not ideal, but it's at least you've got that money and it's been sorted.
Yeah.
You've wiped your hands of it a little bit.
Yeah.
So let's talk about next steps. What you're going to do next, and we'll go to the new whip to do that. So we're in the new whip, temporary whip.
So what are we in, Ed?
So we're in a Vauxhall Insignia, 2016 plate.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Top of the range.
A cool 120,000 miles on the clock. So it's a good runner.
Yeah.
Had a good life.
It's an honest car, isn't it?
Yeah,
Very honest car.
Alright. Yeah. It's alright.
But it's not a.
You'll get by.
It's
You'll get
not
me
quite
by.
a Giulia Quad,
No.
but there's a plan.
Yes, after obviously what's happened, I don't feel comfortable getting a nice car and just parking on the street.
No.
Especially when things are so easily stolen, as
Yeah.
has evidently shown. The reason I got a Giulia Quad is I wanted a car to wear sort of both hats. I wanted a really nice car, but something I could also drive to work, a little bit under, it's not too sort of leery, something I could do like work trips, business trips in, but also could have fun with a weekend.
Business and pleasure.
Business and pleasure.
A little track day here and there.
That's exactly. But what I think I'm going to do is if I'm going to get a garage, so store the cars in securely, probably get 2 cars.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially try and get an electric car through the salary sacrifice scheme, so I can use that for work, and then maybe get something a little bit sprucier for my weekend jaunt.
A dedicated sports car.
Dedicated sports car. Couple of options I've looked at. Obviously, we've seen this channel how much a fan I was of their Vauxhall VX220.
Yeah.
It's a sign.
Which was
You're in a Vauxhall.
We
now.
are in a Vauxhall now.
Yeah.
It is a sign.
So, I mean, that was great fun being in that car. I loved that. So, another video for that.
Yeah. I think so. Going forward, we'll probably test drive a few different cars, see what Ed fits in.
Yeah, to be fair, we might have to make a trip to Mark's again just to
have a little
test fit you in some cars.
Yeah. A 2-seater sports car of some description.
Proper weapon.
Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah, something with a bit of punch.
So stay tuned for that one. Take the negative and turn it into a positive.
So, a very sad video, but nonetheless, from the ashes, grow the roses of success. I did not mean to make that rhyme. So obviously, Ed is very sad, as you can see. But stay tuned for more videos, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And
We'll see you on the next one.
See you in the next video.
Bye.